I'll give you my take, and my take's based on my work, my experience, my personal practice, because I've done a lot of work with this. Lots of them, all of them, those are shadows. We have a cadre of shadows, right? My needy shadow is a little boy doing this. Love me, love me, love me, love me. And I had to own that, right? And I had to practice the way we did last night. There's a deeper practice that we'll do together as a group where we'll go into some of these shadows. And the best way I find to work with them is to work with what's alive now. So if it's the needy piece, then that's the one that wants to be worked with. And so all of those feel like true shadows to you, just from where I'm sitting, and all of those are normal, right? Who doesn't have a needy shadow? You know, who doesn't have a vampiric shadow? This is what I was trying to get. Like, it's human. It's human, and what we're trying to do with shadow work is we're trying to take the parts of us that we've repressed, denied, or avoided, and that's how I'm taking Jung to Ken Wilbur on that, right? That's the arc. And Debbie Ford does stuff. Everybody does. There's different takes on it, and I guess all of them are valuable. This is just what works for me, because I'm all about not just looking at it, but embodying it, like really, because that's where the freedom happens. That's where there's if we think that these shadows actually reside in our muscle tissue and in our sinews and in our bones and in our DNA, like that article that I put out, right? These things exist and are so deep that they're in our fucking DNA. Then we have to open and move the body in order to release that energy, free that energy. And then we integrate it. So we didn't do this last night, but let's say you were working with your vampiric, sexual shadow. You'd do the work, you'd embody her, and then you'd get present, you'd get still, close your eyes, and you would imagine she was in front of you, and you were actually practicing with her, looking into her eyes, feeling her, feeling the nature of her. And then you would bring her in and let her take her place in your heart, in your nervous system. You would literally do a practice where you would bring her in, breathe her in, and welcome her into, an integrated whole that is you. Yeah. 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 That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. We want to, basically, they're just like, there's parts of us that want to be recognized. So if we apply the lens of the masculine and feminine, these are all parts of our feminine, and as parts of our feminine, they want to be seen and then honored. Like, you're beautiful. Like, the part of you that's like a hungry vampiric. Can I give you a way that would be a gift?
It's just a scary thing.
Totally. I totally. But I want to just complete the arc by telling you, after we integrate it, then we bring it as a gift to the world. One of the things that turns men on more than anything is hunger. Hunger. And so there's a way for, what's the British term? She's gaga for it, or whatever it is. But, there's like a lot of crass ways that this gets expressed. But what the masculine loves is if you're hungry for his consciousness, for his cock, for him, well, that part of you is hungry. And you can imagine how, if she's integrated and part of your toolkit now, part of your gift, part of your collection of gifts that you have as a woman, you could show him a little of that, and it would actually give him more energy. Does this make sense to you guys? Yeah. Or the part of you that's needy, that needs him. I mean, I can imagine, making love, and you just like reveal that just 10%, 20%, as much as you feel it will add. And that would call something powerful out of him. These are all these things we can bring to our sex and to our relationship. And when I talk about sex, I'm not just talking about the act of penetration. I'm talking about any energetic exchange that happens in romantic relating. That's sex. That's why in the workplace, these practices are you've got to be very aware because they will occur to the masculine nervous system. All it takes is a little, like if you look him in the eyes and show him a little of your bikini, and he's never gotten that. Oh my God, he's gonna follow you around like a puppy dog. Because you just fucked him. You just fucked him probably better than he's ever been fucked, just by looking in his eyes and showing him like the bikini sorceress, cock-worshipping goddess that you are, and you were just practicing. You're just like, I'm just showing him who I am. Well, great, and we all of us, men too, we've got to be aware that what we're cultivating here now, the shadows in us will use these skills to manipulate and get what we want. That's the thing we have to look for. Where am I using these God-given gifts, so to speak, to get him to give me what I want? My security, my attention, and look, I'm making it sound easy, but it's what separates the true spiritual practitioners from people who are just developing a skill set to manipulate the world. And what you'll evoke from the world, if that's where you're coming from, even if your skill set is beautiful, you'll evoke people. Here's what will happen. You'll evoke men with a great skill set who are also manipulative and selfish. But they'll look great on the outside. But if you're coming from the place of, I'm here to serve you, I'm here to make you the best man you can be, then you're tapped into a source of power that takes those tools and makes them magic.